are now tuned in to the Free Play Media Podcast Network.
Chris Denman, Travis Sorrell, the show. We are live. We told you about it earlier on morning radio. DC Curry. We didn't even know this. BT Kingsley back in town. These two are our best buddies from last year. I don't know. We had a blast last time. Before we talk,
yeah, we did.
Yes, yeah. You're like, now I remember these two turds. Yeah, schlubby white guy, the black dude. Yeah. That should be our new morning show. That is going to be the title. Schlubby white guy and the black dude.
I can see the logo.
Yeah. Me looking for, So, guys, real quick before we get into this, DC and BT are at Helium Comedy Club all weekend long. Be sure to check them out. We went last year. Absolutely packed and absolutely the most fun you could have at a comedy show.
Some of the sexiest church women I've ever seen in my life.
No kidding. I slept with 3 black women over the age of 50 that one night alone.
Don't knock my fans.
I was going to say, DC, bring them out, boy.
Yeah, knock them down.
Like, all right, Sister Mabel, you got your sundress on today.
Yeah.
I see.
You should have seen the way they treat me when DC called me back to the green room. They were, what's going on with them? Yeah.
You lift up that slip. They still got it up under there. Hello,
and when you're done praising the Lord, you can praise this. So, yeah, there it is, everybody. No,
good,
excited to have them in. And I got to get a plug in for us next week. Matt Rife, Taylor Tomlinson, Mia Jackson. We're doing comedy at Lou Fest. 60,000 people. T-Pain and Michael McDonald at the same music festival. What is going on with
that's
Gary Clark Jr., Modest Mouse, all kinds of great artists. Okay, so we're going to do this thing at the festival, right? So we got a comedy. First time they're ever doing comedy. We had 10 local comics, and we're bringing in those 3 up-and-coming stars themselves. I think for people that come by, you can't do comedy for 12 hours straight, so we got to goof around all day.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about our T-Mac idea? All right, you ready for this?
Tell them.
Yeah.
You have to sing T-Pain lyrics in a Michael McDonald voice on camera in front of a bunch of people. That works, right?
Hilarious.
What do you got? What do you got? Bust it out,
Scratch
BT.
me.
No. This would be
That's too much. Trying to do too much, man.
Not gonna feel. I think
it
that's gonna
simple.
work though.
Keep it simple.
That's pretty complex. Yeah. We tried.
Travis, will you start it off?
No, I will
buy
not.
you a drink.
Not in front of
no, you're not gonna. I want to buy you a drink.
Don't. And the best thing about it is that because Michael McDonald's a St. Louis native,
Ferguson native,
we're very excited to have him in the Lou. So
It's very hard to do that kind of stuff if you're sober.
Shoot, yeah.
You need some
High five on that
You need
one.
some kind of drug.
You do. You absolutely do.
Use Michael McDonald's voice.
What do we? Can we get you some more? Can we get you some Jameson? Will you do it?
I'm in love with a stripper.
Jameson, alcohol. Wait a minute now. Alcohol not drug now. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I've been arguing that for years. I've been arguing that for years in my AA meetings. I am not an alcoholic. I'm not a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic.
So, Travis, we got to know too, and we brought the nice mics out for most of us on the show.
Obviously,
today.
we know
right.
nice,
so you got the
man.
roll. So we got. What are you guys wearing today? You got Big Baller
I
brand.
got the big native.
Brought the gold out, huh? Okay. All right.
This is actually in DC's rider.
Okay.
He won't talk
You
into
brought
anything.
The gold mic out. Okay.
All right, so we got Big Baller brand.
I got the open mic.
You did. They did give you
the feature mic.
They gave you the feature mic.
That's right. Yeah.
Is this thing on?
What inspired your Big Baller choice, man?
Man, I'm a diehard Lakers fan.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he has no big balls.
You see a lot on the road. You're not always proud of it. You're not always proud of it.
Yeah, he's like him, man.
And diehard Lakers fan, and I support the movement, man. Ain't too much he say I actually disagree with. I think I'm going crazy. I was like, no, I agree. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Are we surprised that a black man can be so open and about what he has to say about everything in this day and age?
That's trying that if you
Black
want.
dudes do have a tough.
That's what I say. I was
You're
like,
gonna get the same treatment Colin Kaepernick.
He's about to be. Yeah. Kaepernick's about to be rich, man.
Trump said if it wasn't for Colin Kaepernick, all the black people be in prison. Trump said, I have brought unemployment. I can't believe you ungrateful black people. Unemployment, but Donald, what about the pay? Talk about unemployment. The highest unemployment was 0 during slavery. But the pay was so shitty.
See now,
I'm going to let you guys take it from here. Hey, BT, will you please use my gold mic? I don't feel very confident anymore.
At least you work it.
That's basically the fallback.
The more you get, the more you want. Now you want to be paid right.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "What do y'all got to lose?" He said that with a straight face.
Oh my gosh! So back to that, you were saying black dudes have a tough time speaking out. I don't find that to be. Yeah, I don't find that to be the case. I don't know.
I tell you what, this has been a very odd year because I don't know if you got a chance to see LeBron's new show on HBO where they in the barbershop and they talking mad shit, which is shocking to me because I ain't never thought they'd allow us to bring the barbershop element and put that on TV.
I didn't get to see the show though. Is he going
I've seen the previews of it.
It's pretty. It's like you in the barbershop. Like for real, LeBron is freestyling. He going.
If only the black dude could have made a movie about something like this, and then even like a black woman would make a sequel.
Barbershop.
If only the white dudes would let them make that happen.
They could be like a whole franchise.
I think
we're on. Can I play the quirky white dude?
That is interesting.
We're gonna come up with some ideas today.
What do we call it?
maybe
I think
barbershop.
Let's go simple. Yeah, barbershop.
Speaking of cute,
barbershop 1, 2, and 3.
maybe do a woman version.
Exactly. No, you guys had it, but you're super excited about this. LeBron bringing his perspective out and then just basically talking out the issues, man. That's good. You need to get on there, man.
I mean, I'm about to say, DC, you've been around. Huh? You know what time it is when it comes to. Are you surprised that these athletes are getting this platform to be able to speak there, especially right now?
HBO's a big deal. Yeah.
I'm proud of them, man. I feel bad. Colin, for example, they took it and turned it and they flipped it and made it. But I do think
that's
Kaepernick
a joke. Yeah,
I do think, once you make a statement, man, then come on off. Don't back everybody into a corner. Right. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm proud of what he did, but it's costly.
Right.
So you take a knee, you make your statement, and then you pay your fine, and the next game you stand up.
Right.
Then you still got a career.
Right.
And when you take your knee and they say get up, you just keep on taking a knee like a police chase. Oh man, get the hell up, man. You already made the statement, and it's gone on so long now until you forget what he was originally protesting, which was, police brutality and so forth. But I'm glad that he did it. But that martyr stuff.
The first one through the door, boy. Yeah, it cost you.
It's costly, man. So just make a statement, then stand up for the rest of them, because you're putting them in a bind, really. If I must say so, you put the owners in a bind because the ticket holders, you got to worry about what they thinking and the people that going to buy the ticket. So, I'm proud of what he did.
At the end of the day.
But at the end of the day, it cost him a lot of money. But thank God there are people that have that mentality. I am not one of them.
That's not the farmer's mentality.
I'm going to get this money. When I'm 75, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be getting on my knee, and they ain't going to know if I just can't stand up or I'm protesting. They ain't going to know what the hell going on.
Look at DC starting the movement, man.
There you go.
I'm proud of LeBron. He was talking about, even in the previews of the show, he was talking about how his popularity has dipped since he's taken a stand.
Right.
And, it's just a sad reality,
That's a fine line.
People have gotten mad at Jordan before for staying quiet, but he's protecting his bottom line.
He didn't say nothing. Michael Jordan, right.
Like,
and I ain't mad at him either.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know Republican. Bro. Are you an independent? What's that? Are you a Democrat? What's that?
Yeah.
What do you think about the president? Yeah. That's right.
Exactly.
Just nod.
So I mean, you pick your depend on where your soul leads you, man.
That makes sense. Now, and not to change it up too much, but we haven't seen you in about a year. How has farm life treated you? How's the pig? How's life in rural Georgia?
My pig has really let herself go. And I got I got a dilemma too, man. I got a dog, pit bull, one of my pit bulls. She's 18 human years old.
Jesus.
She's on the last leg, man. She limping around. Everybody
Is that right?
come by and say, DC, put her down. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. But she's in bad shape.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, man, she's in bad
What's your
shape.
solution?
Well, I tell you what really pepped her up a little bit. I started giving her a couple of raw eggs. I saw on Google.
There you go.
I give a couple of raw eggs every day.
Really?
Yeah, man, it pepped her up, man. But any day now.
That's what, is it tough having real life problems being one of the funniest people on the planet? Because I'm sitting here looking at you like, he's going to bring it around.
Well,
and he's having a moment with us. He's like, hey, I like you guys. We'll share this. And then I'm like,
I feel bad, you know? No, I think about all the people that I wish would die.
Yes. I think about my dog. I have a 13-year-old American Bulldog. I'm thinking the same thing.
I'm sad about.
Thank you.
My dog is sick. I'm sad. And I think about all
this is why we're kindred
human
spirits
beings that I wish would die. But I'm sad about my dog.
The Lord don't take my dog, but why are you still here on earth?
Right.
Passing in one city block. I could name 10 people I would rather go before my dog.
Right,
too.
man.
Yeah.
Now, I asked DC this before we got on the mic. Like, we're like the only 3 black people that wasn't invited to Aretha's funeral today.
I feel
John
honored.
Howie missed that.
I
Pete
feel honored to be
Davidson
honored.
made the
He made the character.
Aretha
I'm a roaster. You mean tell me I'm a roaster ahead of me?
Pete Davidson, the jury's still out on his ethnicity, though, correct?
apparently, but man, you get Ariana Grande on your arm. You can go to any black function in America.
But you know the estimate for the program was 6 hours. That's the estimate, which means it's going to be 10 hours.
Thank you, yeah.
Man, I'd have held up that one finger after 45 minutes. You know, black people be holding up one finger when they finger leave.
We gotta.
I'm going to the restroom.
Travis, what would
Jet
you...
it up out of there. Ain't no funeral, no.
Would you have borrowed a suit from DC if you were invited?
Man,
He's my size, man.
man, right. I swear to God, I saw when DC came last year and I saw his suit. I said I got to get a cosigner for that. That is. Man, you are the best dresser in entertainment, period,
Wow,
man. Like I said, he's serious when he came on stage. I was like, well, this is gonna be the
I had no idea.
dopest show in America. DC came out so clean.
Like, all right.
Now, a very serious question for BT. What's it like to carry his suits around?
Oh man, listen.
Are you careful? Or?
Hey, you see I'm still here. You see I'm still here, man. I'm going to work, man.
Yeah. Put him in his place. Because, you know, he ego freak like most comics. He says he doesn't feature for me. He says I close for him. I said, yeah, whatever, man.
You could pick much. You have a very strong feature going up ahead of you. That says a lot about you too, because you'd blow a lot of headliners out of the water if they picked incorrectly. I'll say that.
I'm just using all the stuff
You're
he
getting
taught
out of
me.
hand.
Everything he teach me, he told me the other day. He said, "I taught you everything you know. I ain't teach you everything I know."
I ain't crazy.
You're trying to crack into that next level, right? Yeah.
That's it, man. You know what's funny is when not like earlier in the days, man, I would see, you know, how fresh he was on stage, and he just put me to say, like, hey, jeans and t-shirt ain't gonna work, man.
Wow.
And then people are showing up there
Wow.
because the whole audience is suited and
Yeah,
they knew what they coming to see. And I'm up there with my little bullshit on there.
Hollywood open mic suit on.
Little holes in the jeans. No, they did on purpose, and they don't care.
Oh, I like that kind of kid.
He's like, you don't have to wear a suit, but you got to be fresh.
You got to make it funky.
Yeah, people are going to spend their money on a Saturday night. They don't want to feel like they're
Hence,
supporting
big
a...
ball of LeBron. Never lost.
You found the crossover between comfort and luxury, right? Yeah.
There it is.
You know, he used to wear stuff like 2 watches.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's all these gimmicks, man?
Separated by a Live Strong band in between.
2 scarves.
What, lights on my shoes,
What's your
man.
problem, man? Yeah, lights on your shoes. I'm
What's going on with the shoes today? Those are kind of cool.
like grown folk come and see me. Man.
Right. It's grown folks.
Okay, so no T-shirts and no flat bills, and
I ain't got no problem with T-shirts, man.
Okay.
But it got to be funky.
It just gotta be fresh.
Got to have something to it.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I know open mic, you know, and I've done it myself. You know, go in any kind of way, but I don't know. I guess I'm old. That's old school in a way. I just think that when people have paid to see you, they deserve.
I think people should listen. You have enough. You have enough of a trial run that's
I mean, they wouldn't
proven.
listen.
Really?
Oh God, no! In the beginning, because I'm the youngest person in the room. It's like we don't give a damn.
Hey, man! You don't be whiffing on my fan.
They ain't give a damn about me.
Yeah, you
man.
mean you youngest person in the room? You ain't that young, anyway. But you do. You most of the time you are the youngest person. And then go to the after party. I'll be the oldest person at the after party. All my fans after the show, they got to go home and take medicine and shit.
I want to hear shit that I had to say at first until I stepped up the outfits.
That's impressive, then. Yeah.
Is that something like, is that a generational thing, Southern thing? When in the industry did you realize that?
It's funny that you would ask. And I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
Back in the day, when I started from 30-something years ago, there were a lot of clubs, and I ain't mad, but, the white clubs would ask me before they booked me what I was going to wear.
Oh, wow.
And they would insist, and I'm talking about Funny Bones. They would insist, DC, you got to wear a sport coat.
Wow.
I said, okay, I ain't got no problem with it. And then the black clubs would not, in the hood.
Right.
I had no problem with conforming in the white club because I'm, everybody stay on their own feet with me.
Right.
But then I said, I'm not going to wear the best I got on demand. And then when it's up to me in the hood, wear less than that.
Right. Okay.
So that's when I started wearing sport coats, no matter where I was.
Now you should double charge them, write it into the contract. Like, this is for 30 years ago, or whatever. I didn't have any money, and you made me go buy a suit.
It's going to be a special event, man.
Right. I ain't mad. Just back then, those were the only established comedy quote unquote clubs. So, in the hood, they were just, it was hood, man.
Right.
Sure.
But I was determined that I was going to be consistent. I wasn't going to do less voluntarily than I was forced to do in those other situations.
That's serious
awareness
everywhere. Yeah.
Now that comedy is so much more accessible than it was back in the day, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, because you do see a lot of people perhaps out here on stage that maybe in the back of your head shouldn't be on that
like
stage.
An expansion team, man, involved. Back in the day, it was more compact.
Yeah.
You had fewer opportunities. So now that you got social media, right? That's so crazy. Now that you got social media,
grizzly ass niggas.
Yeah, but then you gotta be more careful because now that you got more opportunities,
right,
the talent gets diluted.
Yes.
Yeah, good point.
Back when there were only 50. Everything was, man, you had the cream right to the top. But now, you get some shit, some cuddle shit right to the top. And get over, and I ain't mad, man. But
That's
you have,
funny.
The
Call
talent
like it is, though.
diluted now. You have to be more careful to really find what's real.
Right.
Now, one thing, it's a double-edged sword, because one thing that it has done, the exposure has done, back then, before Def Jam, before Comic View, there was a lack of exposure. One thing that has done is all of the just shocking stuff is gone. So now you got to have something other than what you do with yourself. Blah blah blah. And that's one thing that the extra exposure has done. But on the other hand, it has provided some opportunities for some people, and I ain't mad at them, who were not necessarily ready in this comic world. The social media.
Social media.
That is expansion team is the best way
That
I've
is-
ever heard it described.
I'm trying, and I don't.
You're the Toronto Raptors of comedy.
You might accidentally slip into the playoffs.
But you ain't gonna win.
Yeah, exactly.
Motherfucker, you are the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And your inexperience, your dumbness show up at the wrong time. Just like J.R. Smith, right? Everything good till that playoff game. You rebound the ball and go the wrong damn way. And LeBron whispered. Do you see what LeBron said to him right after that? Well, they ain't showing the audio, but they showing what LeBron went and whispered to him. I'm gonna open a school when I get out here. So your dumb ass go the wrong way with the ball. Soon as it's over, I'm gonna open a school.
I love that he say he didn't know the score, but he was pointing at the score. He was pointing at the scoreboard running.
I almost felt sorry for him, man.
Oh, that's funny.
He was sitting on the bench like.
We were in a casino after a comedy show watching that, and I think, what was it, you and Jonathan Kite may have, your heads exploded on scene.
Unfortunately, we didn't have any money on that game, but I swear on my life, I ain't never seen so many degenerate gamblers just like
stop what they were
losing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What are you doing?
Man.
It's like you were there. Like, I'm trying to, on the expansion version for comedy, who's the old guy who would get the money but have to go hang out with the expansion players? You know what I mean? There's always a near Hall.
Whenever Toronto at one time.
The Houston Texans brought in Tony Baselli, who's a Hall of Fame tackle. I'm trying to think.
Patrick Ewing was shooting
and
jump
it doesn't
shots.
even mean they're not funny, but we just maybe like, you got to go work with these guys for a lot. It'd be like Patrick Ewing, you're in your last, you go play for the Magic or something, right? Who would you want to see do that?
Oddly enough, in comedy, the longer you do it, the better you are.
Right.
So like, I saw George Lopez the other day, and he was like, I've been in 30 years. I don't know if he's been about 30 years. I was like, well, that's why y'all know all the shit.
You're not necessarily funnier than me.
Because all they have, the longer you do it, the less you care.
Correct.
Yes.
You care less.
That is a very true statement.
That's why I love DC set when he came last. I was like, DC don't
He
give
said,
up.
what?
I was like, I want to be that, Lord. Please let me get to that point in my life.
It
really is.
I got another show tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
The most respected thing, a tagline you could have, this guy's got the best pauses in the game. The guy, the silence that you own on stage, like that's my favorite part. That's when you know somebody's got the crowd by their balls, man.
His timing, his inflections. He said naked on stage one time, and I laughed for 30 minutes.
Like a little kid.
Like naked. I was like, what is naked? I was dying. I couldn't even finish my wings, and I'm about my wings. And I was like, yo, why are you saying like that? Naked.
Oh.
Funny.
Oh man, we had John Witherspoon in here the day that Ice Cube announced that, or maybe John Witherspoon was just saying it, right? He said it on here. New Friday movie.
One of my best friends.
Yeah. John, he's fantastic, by the way. That guy's so fun. Are you going to sniff around at the opportunities? There going to be an opportunity?
I think they're serious this time. In fact, Spoon called me the other day. He and Mike Epps and Cube, they did a trailer.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
And the other times, I've always thought they were just testing the water, but look like they're serious this time.
Does that just mean the money's right? You know what? Like that's could.
No,
I feel like it could be
testing
huge.
The water before and the timing and everything. And I was talking to Cat Williams about the other day. I said, well, they need to hurry up and do it if they're gonna bring everybody back because Spoon and I will be dead in a few years.
Did you tell Spoon that? Did you tell her that? Hey, man, we only have a few years.
I talk to Spoon every week because I know if he's still alive, I got 10 more years at least. How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm all right, DC. Okay, good. Have a good
He's
day.
the canary in the coal mine for you.
The comedian canary in the coal mine.
You should call him Canary next time you see him. Be like, don't worry about why I call you that. Yeah, that's perfect.
John sick. Somebody go check on Sinbad. Oh Lord. Oh God.
Does somebody write it into their contract that like, can we please not let Kevin Hart into the Friday series? Like, the guy's got everything. Like, what do we do?
He'll be there, man. Kev he be sliding in.
Kevin get in there. All the money be gone if Kevin Hart. How can a guy come from Soul Plane and end up making this kind of money?
Did you ever imagine that a comedian could make as much as what Kevin Hart is pulling in right now? Did you ever think the industry would ever get to that point where a black comedian can be pulling in more money than most athletes on earth?
It never entered my mind. But personally, I knew I wouldn't. You know, I think they say he made $90 million last year and still working.
All of us are like, yeah, I read about that. Yeah. I mean, he's hustling too. He's not just doing that Heart in the City thing. He's literally hanging out in bars this size.
Definitely did that.
Like I said on stage, I'll never have $100 million. If I get $50 million, I'll quit.
Can I come work on your farm if that's the case?
Fish with me.
Yeah.
That's what the hell I be doing. You think I'd be in here?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. BT, you did Heart in the City, didn't you?
I did Heart of the City.
How did you like it?
It was amazing. It was they did Sacramento. I did season 1, and then that led to the 30-minute special. And
yeah,
man, they all lined themselves up. It's next level. It's on demand right now. While you out there, go check it out.
That's right, man.
30-minute special, and then they just
Kevin Boys, man.
Yeah, they just sent me to Montreal, so it's been going good.
Nice.
Were you up there? There's a guy from here who's in Chicago now. He's super talented. Vincent Bryant went up to Montreal.
Skinny Vincent?
Yeah.
I see Vincent. Yeah, he's funny, man.
I think did he do the show too?
He did.
Yeah,
He did New Faces. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Very good. I just saw him in LA not too long ago too.
Yeah, that's cool to see that.
It's a nice grind. I just take all the stuff DC teach me, and then I go do these shows. And they be like, man, this guy's amazing. I'm like, I am amazing. Kingsley said, I'm amazing.
It's putting a 35-year-old's brain into a 20-year-old's body and letting them go after girls in college, right? Like that's what it is. It's what it is. It's
I don't know why you have this hold on me. Like, don't worry about it.
Because I have a rational brain. Yeah, that's how you got to treat audiences, though, right?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, man. He's sending it back down. He went up to here and came back down.
I love it.
I'd hate for all the knowledge that I have to die with me 60 years from now, and me not leave it to some young 95-year-old.
I just got this paint in, so I'm all right now.
Oh, good.
I play between the ages of. Some girl asked me how old I was the other day. She said, how old are you? I play between the ages of.
The play between the ages. Wow.
That's a Hollywood answer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play between the ages and nice to see you. That's perfect. So when you're done with BT, I'll take the rest of the knowledge because I think I could do a lot with your wisdom.
Man, you be out there killing it, man.
Yeah, I do fine with that.
DC, do you have another big play in mind? Do you have? Is it touring? Just out there still doing live shows? What?
You know the grace.
He's got a soybean plant.
The good thing about stand-up is it can lead to so many other things, and some comics begin with that in mind, using it as a vehicle, which is a very good vehicle. You know, you can become an actor or whatever. But just at heart, I'm just bona fide stand-up. Now, it's good if, I can do some acting, but you don't stretch it. I mean, I ain't no...
You're not going to be in Black Panther 2.
That's great.
That's what you're saying.
No, I ain't going to get no Oscar ever.
See, that's Oscar the attitude to have. There you go. Now we're talking.
But I know a lot of people who do, so that's a blessing right there. I personally know Monique. I personally know Jamie Foxx. Cuba Gooding's daddy and I were friends. He did. But, so that long. But, you get in where you fit in, man. And some of it, is luck of the draw, man. But I ain't mad. I'm all right.
You are.
What do you guys think?
I like to fish and golf. I got enough money to buy used balls.
Come to Helium all weekend. We need to get him new balls.
Worms. That's all I need. So, I ain't mad at nobody, man. You can lose your mind counting somebody else's money.
Ooh, great point. That's the title of this episode now.
Made all their life. So hey man, Monique, count your own money.
Yeah, that's one of the realest lines I've ever heard.
She's my friend.
Yeah,
you lose your mind, look at all the people doing worse than you.
Right. What happens when
I ain't making Kevin Hart money, but I'm kicking Jimmy Walker in the ass.
There go your expansion team list right there.
Right. Jimmy Walker's a Memphis Grizzly.
What's
funny? He knows Drew Walker. Drew Walker walked me. What you say about me, young man?
And then I'll be like, Jimmy, I ain't say nothing like that. Come on, man. I wouldn't say nothing like that.
I didn't think we'd pick on Jimmy Walker.
Who knew? Today we picked it up. Yeah. And even not to dig deeper into that, but not even specifically Monique, but what happens when you get to that point where you are finding yourself focused on other things besides what you're trying to accomplish? How does a person that successful or anybody that successful get to that point where you like, hey, man, what's going on with that person's money? I just always figured
I don't have those problems. I've been counting my blessings in my little one bedroom. Ain't nothing to complain about.
Right. At a point, I think some people kind of lose touch with reality, and you know, to ask people to stop watching Netflix, and Monique's my girl, you know.
Right.
You're going to ask people to protest, and the average person, they got no concept of you turning down $500,000. Mm-hmm. So I think, you know, you make a decision then, you turn down and take it. But don't ask the people who are making, you know, your fans who are making far less than that, have never gotten a $500,000 off. Don't ask them to sacrifice protesting because you only got to, if you don't want it, don't take it. Or take it and then move on to the next project and do the best you can. If Amy got a $11 million deal and she ain't worth it, then God bless her. Maybe she took them for 10.5.
But yeah, you should want your opportunity to do the same, right? Like,
and then all of that is like, you know, when people were talking shit about Tiger Woods, but the money after Tiger Woods came into the game, the third and fourth place winners would make more than they used to make if they won the whole damn tournament. Right. So I wish everybody luck. I wish everybody love. And I'm at Helium tonight, and when they called me and offered me a certain amount of money, I said, "Do you know what Kevin Hart makes?"
They're like, "Yeah, do you have his number?"
I'm not saying match it, but come on now.
You ain't saying match it, but
come on now.
Can we get close? Can we almost get there?
We'll have to do that.
No, I'm proud. I ain't mad at nobody, man. I'm proud of people that have come up like that. I'm proud of Kevin, man.
That's good.
I really am, man. I'm happy for it, man. Nobody worth that kind of money. I'm proud of Kat.
You proud of Tiffany Haddish? She's about to be at that.
I'm proud.
She's on fire, man.
I'm proud of Tiffany. I've tried to watch her stand up. I'm proud of her. That's all I can tell you.
There you go.
I'm proud of it, man. And a lot of it is timing, man.
Yeah, it is.
Where you fit in, man. You know, just in my little old quote-unquote chitlin circuit.
This is why this gives me so much cred that you just
30-something years, but going on 10,000 shows, I've seen some people hilarious. And if I mention their name now, you wouldn't have no idea who they are.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So a lot of it is just luck of the draw, you know.
It certainly
but
is.
The good thing, like I started saying about stand-up comedy, is you can get in and do your thing and make a living. And if something extraordinary happens, good. If it doesn't, you still all right.
That's a great way to put it. BT, real quick. How's the Southern California comedy scene?
I have about enough of you asking BT questions, man.
You see the look on my face?
You are real.
No, I'm joking, man.
I'm going to get a real nasty email after this.
Yeah, but you know, you said the Southern California.
Yeah, I just love that you work at Hermosa Beach because it's such a cool club, and that I know how fun it is out there.
I mean, they treat you like a human in there. It's
and that's because here, watch, I'll bring it back. That's because he's worked his ass off for 30 years.
And he worked his ass off.
Don't forget it.
And I have to wear a sport coat when I'm in there.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you know what's funny though? In real life, I have started applying the road logic to LA, and it works.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I book way more places now because I wear my out of town outfits in town. Oh man.
Okay.
That little tiny ass jacket.
Oh man. Killing him.
But you know, you're young.
You feed him good on the road, man.
Do you really think that jacket fits your fat ass, man?
You got to suck in, man, while you're on stage.
Hey,
we'll
go to the big and tall store after this. We'll
I ain't go down there. There be that extra smalls in there.
This is how they wearing them now, DC. That's how the 125-pound boys from Europe wearing them.
Yeah, man, it's great, man. Hermosa Beach is fantastic. They feed you, man. They come down. It's not just you go sometimes you go to the club and they don't want you to eat too much. What? They gonna feed you, but then, this feature stuff you ain't gonna know.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm like, what?
You don't get to eat all of them?
No, get whatever you want. Chicken strips. Get chicken strips or wings. Those are your options. Or nachos.
Yes.
But at Hermosa Beach, you'd be like, no, get the steak. Like, all right, cool. You'd be like, hey, your friend came in, they like to take him a steak. I'm like, are you serious? Man. Have you tried the prime rib? Get the steak and the prime rib. Go ahead, try it out. You want some shrimp? I'm like, y'all are all right. Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
What the hell's going on here?
They
Yeah.
pay you.
Whoa.
Man, they give you dinner? Oh, wow.
That don't happen in L.A., man. You get paid.
I enjoy watching him because, I like a lot of, people ask me sometimes about my style of comedy. And, I do what I do. But I like other guys that are not my style or my flavor, but they make me laugh, man.
It's like a bless your heart situation, or you actually respect them? Is it a bless their heart situation? Are you actually respecting them?
They make me laugh, man. They make me laugh, man. And from 2 or 3 years younger than I am perspective.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
He laughed. I always talk about George Carlin, who was one of my favorites. But he was an atheist. I ain't agree with a damn thing he had to say. But he had me on the floor, man. Lenny Bruce,
right.
And it's a guy in Los Angeles, he's a white guy, but real racist, but he make me laugh, man. I almost be ashamed. I'd be like, man, this is not supposed
Michael
to be
Richards,
funny.
that's what
Oh, right, yeah. I don't think
Michael
so.
The problem with Richards, problem with Michael Richards, see, if you're attempting to be funny and you miss the mark, I ain't got no problem with that. I don't care how bad it is.
Right. Sure.
When you abandon your attempt to be funny and your intent is to wound somebody, hurt somebody, then I got a problem. Now, if you attempt to be funny, you can say the most racist thing in the world. If you were trying to be funny, I may say that's retarded. But if your intent is to inflict pain,
right,
then I got a problem.
So once you cross that line, get out of that umbrella. I think that's a great note to end on. You guys dressed too nice. You probably got a couple meetings ahead after this.
I may be looking nice, but I smell. This is what I wore yesterday on the plane.
DC Curry.
Radio outfit.
Radio outfit.
Stinking.
So we don't hug you too long, right? Yeah. Travis, anything else for the guys?
God bless y'all, man.
Yeah, that's right.
God bless
Come
you,
see
man.
me. I brought DC Curry with me to clear the shows.
I'll do the best I can.
Support these guys. They're too good to us. Thank you guys so much. Great to see you again.
y'all.
Follow him
man.
on all the social media, man. DC.curry.18 on Instagram. That's the one to focus on.
I'll tweet it out, Facebook it. Me too. Thanks, guys.